Revelation 1093. From the 15th of September 1939. Creation. Natural catastrophes. Advice. All forces in nature unite to work for the Lord. Seemingly arbitrarily, one event follows the other, but they are in the will of Him who directs and guides everything, and all powers of nature obey this divine will. In view of this fact, all natural processes receive just their right meaning. Who recognizes in it the visible will of the Lord, is now also able to recognize the greatness of what will now come over the earth. An eternal change of all natural processes and nevertheless again the regular return of these, leads to the so wrong assumption that nature conditions its own laws, that therefore one event is always the consequence of a preceding one. What is also not to be denied in certain relation. However, every event is intended in the plan of the divine world order, it is certainly naturally the consequence of the other. But just because the eternal lawgiver has integrated his law just in such a way and not differently into the existing world order, therefore everything is conditioned by his will. And this will again corresponds completely to the state of maturity of all spiritual, which holds the creation for the purpose of perfection. To bring this state to perfection, is the purpose of all events in the whole universe. And all natural events, no matter what kind, are always only the means to this end, and from this again it clearly follows that forces of the underworld, the counterpower, can never be at work in every event which appears in the work of God's creation, whether it is building up or destroying. The rule of the eternal divinity is always to be recognized in it, who lets nothing happen arbitrarily, that is without any wise intention. Who looks at all natural processes in this sense, he will also be able to judge that only divine love is the driving force for all events, because only the Creator loves his creatures intimately and he wants to make it possible for them to become perfect. He has created countless possibilities which all serve this one purpose. Consequently there is nothing in the world which would be purposeless or would have only another purpose than to serve the maturing of the spiritual. And therefore also every catastrophe, no matter how painful its effect may be, has to be regarded only in this sense, and only the deep love of the Creator has to be recognized in it, who has to resort to such means, because the spiritual partly has to be redeemed from its solid form and partly lets itself remain unredeemed by its own will, and therefore remedial action has to be taken, because all stay on this earth has only a state of perfection, a maturing of the spiritual, as goal. Amen.